With conservatives and liberals locked in a standoff on many major issues, Capitol Hill moderates are feeling increasingly frustrated.
On issue after issue in recent years, from health care to regulatory reform to energy, moderates from both parties have tried working together and gotten nowhere.
Our war on terror begins with Al-Qaeda, but it does not end there. It will not end until every terrorist group of global reach has been found, stopped, and defeated.
Under our current system, a candidate can win the White House without receiving the majority of the votes nationwide. This has actually happened a number of times in our history, and it's likely to happen again. The current system awards all the state electoral votes to the candidate who gets the most votes in that particular state. This is called the winner-takes-all rule. A battleground state is a state where the vote for candidates is undecided. It could go either way. A flyover state is a state that is predetermined for a particular candidate. Unless you live in one of these few battleground states, your particular vote doesn't matter. The presidential candidates don't need to consider your issues as they fly over your state on the way to the few states that swing presidential elections. In 2008, candidates concentrated 98% of their ad money and visits to just 15 states.
Money's always been a big part of politics, but it has become the overriding factor now. Raise the money, and you have a chance to get elected. Without it, forget it. The air has gone out of campaign finance reform when voters are going through tough times like now. They don't have time to worry about who's giving what to politicians. But here are a couple of questions. Does the state of the nation now have anything to do with the way we've been electing our politicians? Are campaigns that take longer and cost so much more that the main focus must always be on money? Are those campaigns producing a better class of candidates and ultimately more effective government? When it costs $2 billion to elect a president, is that something a democracy should be proud of?
Within this sobering situation lies another stark reality, the widening income gap between the rich and the rest. The disparity has grown in America for 30 years and now is at its worst since the Great Depression. Of states with the widest income gaps, Massachusetts is number 10 on the list. According to a recent MIT study tracking 1980 to 2005, 80% of America's increase in income went to the top 1% of the population. Even more alarming, the CIA asserts that our country's income disparity ranks far worse than the European Union, Cameroon, and the Ivory Coast, and only just ahead of Uganda and Jamaica. Talk about an inconvenient truth. This widening divide separates us on many levels, including our fundamental belief in real opportunity and upward mobility in America. Let's face it, if we want to consider ourselves as the world's most developed nation, we have no business being ranked among some of its least developed in any category.